Exciting day today. I've got the mini digger turning up. Gonna run our water main in, and then I'm gonna finish the rest round the corner by hand. So yeah, we've made real good progress today. Weather's just about been on our side. We've got it all dug out, that's the main thing. Now it's just a case of backfilling. We've got our water pipe in. We've got the extra bit dug around the fosse, which is a real bonus. You know, that is shaved off, like I said, several days, or a good whole day. Back-breaking work. It's very hard, this ground. Baked solid, the clay. So all I've got to do is return it round the corner now, and then make into the water main at a later date. So I've just got to dig underneath there, run the membrane down, the water pipe in, and then tidy this lot up. So we've got a breather pipe there. Just bash through that. Oh wow, what a difference. Watch I don't split the pipe now. After we've been careful not to do it with a digger. Always nice to see it backfilled. So we just had a bit of rain, but we're just about getting there with it. It's not too bad. Can become rather sticky, the clay, when it's wet, but yeah, we're still winning. So as I previously mentioned, this will be removed. I'm going to extend the membrane around the side. We're going to level all this off, but not today. We've got enough to be getting on with, but it will certainly tidy this area up. So Elliot has just finished for the day. He's got quite a drive, so he's on his way home. He'll be back tomorrow. We've still got some finishing off to do. Let me just show you how far we got today. So we've started putting a gradient sloping away that way. We'll get the rough levels. We'll cut the excess membrane off up the wall, and then we've left this trench open here because this is where the water main is going in through the wall. He's going to bring his drill bit with him tomorrow. Going to drill through, and then we'll backfill that. So that's great, and then we'll just work our way along here, moving the earth up to the top of the membrane and then just sloping it away into this bank. So yeah, we've made great progress today. little bit of finishing off down the end here. Oh, I've got to recite my satellite dish for my internet. I won't be very popular tonight. No one's got any internet. Okay. Oops. So that's where our water main terminates, just here. And just a bit of backfilling there. Good morning. It's a bit wet today. I've got Elliot the digger man returning today to do some finishing off work around the back. Yeah, not been so lucky with the weather today, but never mind, we'll still get it done. We've got to drill the hole inside the cottage for the water main to come into here. Yeah, that can sometimes be a bit challenging. Don't always go according to plan, but we'll get there with that one. Now, before I start, I'd just like to say a big thank you to Wayne and Natalie and their family for sending me that lovely gift. I've got the bell. I think Sam's going to put this around my neck so she knows where I am in the garden. The cats have been really enjoying their toys, especially Bobby. So thank you very much, and Fifi enjoyed her treats. Right, let's get set up. Elliot will be here shortly. So Elliot has just arrived. He's made a start. Now I've got to find a long drill bit to go through the extremely thick wall. It's in the barn somewhere, so I'm going to have a sort out there. Just make sure Elliot's okay. Got the machine running. Yeah, the ground isn't too soggy. Should be okay. Yeah. Right, I'll let him get on with that, and I'll set up and drill that hole through the wall. Now, because we're having a good sort out with all the clutter and organisation, I've put the drill bit down somewhere, and ironically enough, once I tidy up, I can't find anything. Okay, bear with me, it's about somewhere, but it is looking nice and tidy outside now. Okay, right, let's try the barn. So while I go into the abyss, you might as well watch Elliot do a little bit round the back. See you in a while. No, still not found it. I mean, it was over 10 years ago, or 12 years ago, last time I used it, so it's about somewhere. I think I'll just order another one. Maybe I've left it on another job, I'm not quite sure, but there's plenty of other things to be getting on with. Right, let's see how Elliot's getting on around the back. What I'm going to do is shutter either side with some corrugated tin, put a prop through so it leaves the hole where we're going in with the water pipe open, so we can do all the grading around that, and then I can drill the hole at a later date once I've got that long drill bit. So I've got me open little excavation area. I'm going to get him to cut a little bit back here so I can kind of perch myself down there and then drill through, and then I'll just backfill it by hand afterwards. Just a temporary measure with the timbers, and then once it's all backfilled, I'll put a proper piece of timber across the top just to hold the sides back, but there's no real pressure there. It's just so I can stand in it and drill the hole. The floor inside is about there. Yeah. Obviously I'm going to dig out the floor a little bit at the back, so probably there. But obviously I ain't got to come on the floor with the water main coming in.
Yeah, I'll try and get another scoop out there so you sit down in there. But you'll probably end up cutting that and putting another piece of plastic over it once you've got
that'd be alright. Yeah, I'll dress that in.
So I won't overfill it. You've got a bit there on the side.
Yeah, play with.
Any other barrows, you just have to
that'd be alright.
off the side there, like.
Yeah.
So if you move that tripod back, I'll come that side and I'll try and scrape the rest of it down like we did there. I mean, it's going to settle a bit there where we've dug off in it.
Yeah, it will do. Yeah, that'd be alright. That's great. Sounds like a plan. So, we was just discussing floor heights inside. Now, I've measured off the beam and then come outside and transferred that measurement down the wall. So, we're probably about 500mm from the top of the plastic down the wall. That's where our ground level inside the cottage is. Now, I'm going to dig that down, so I don't need the water main to come in entry point at the inside floor level. So we're okay. It's just going to dig a little bit more out and do some levelling off there. I can do the rest with the shovel. It's not really the weather to be drilling and sitting in mud at the moment. It is starting to rain, so yeah, just have to do our best. In forecast sunshine. You never know, do you? It won't stop us though. It's looking much leveller now. Doing a great job in the conditions, really. It's that fine rain, you know, you get soaked in it. It's not heavy rain or anything, but it's okay. So there's me opening, a little bit of shuttering either side. He's dug that out a little bit lower just so I can perch there and just drill through. It's probably gonna be where you can see just there the hole, so a little bit of a bend on the pipe and we should be able to get that through. So we just got this end to backfill and tidy up. We're nearly done. He's going to blade it off afterwards, which means sort of smooth it out once he's got his levels. It's not too sticky, the clay, but it is a little bit slippery underfoot. I don't have any better. You never know, once the grass grows back, I'll soon be whizzing up and down on my ride-on. Now what we've done on the side is left a bit of a bank here before it goes up. It's quite sort of sturdy, this bank. There's lots of roots knitting it all together from the big trees just there and there, so no real issue with the sides coming down, although I will at a later date put some retaining walls in here. I might even step this back and terrace it, so that's why I don't want to do too much with it at the moment. This is the main concern at the moment, so yeah, good progress. Have a game of bowls out here afterwards, couldn't we? Once the grass grows. This area now is finished. I've got another area that I'm going to maybe tackle in a moment. I'll just see how Elliot is about that, whether he's got anything else scheduled in for the day. Now the other area I'm thinking of tackling today is here. Now this has some of the best views across the countryside. There's a little bit of stuff to move here. But this little area here is very enclosed and there's beautiful views out across the meadow, so I want to make a special little garden here so I can just sit and have a bit of quiet downtime. So when we actually moved into this property, say 12, 13 years ago, this was the outside toilet. It did have a roof on it, so it wasn't that bad, and a door, but all the same, you know, it was a bucket and chuck it job. So yeah, it's come a long way, this property. Still a little way to go, but we're making great progress. So Elliot is just tracking around the top section to come down this side. There he is up there. And a great job of grading this off. So So grass will eventually grow on here, and like I say, we'll just cut it with the ride-on, so it's going to save me a lot of time in the future. You know, well worth doing. So it's just going to come across the top here, around there, down that slope there, and then backfill all this section. Just so glad I didn't have to do that by hand. Start on this area, pulling all the brambles out, I'm going to level it all off, just make it workable. A bit of firewood there. Alright, let's get some gloves on. So just a little bit more levelling off there, just to make it nice and flat so I can get me ride on up and down. And Elliot will be finished very shortly. So Elliot has finished now. He's loading up his mini digger on his trailer and he'll be off. I'm going to have a little tidy up and we'll go over what we've had done. Cheers Elliot, see you again mate. So that's Elliot gone, let's take a look. So Elliot has just left, he's done a fabulous job on that mini digger. So if anyone would like a fosse septique, which is the waste water that you have to have out in France, if you want one of those installed, he's a registered fitter of one of those. So give him a look up. His contact details will be either on the screen or in the description. So yeah, very pleased with your work Elliot. Well done mate, you helped us out immensely. Right, let's have a quick look round to see what we've done. So primarily the work was to install the damp proof membrane for the foundation right the way along all the cottages. That's now fitted. Now the water main is still to be drilled and put through the wall, but we've left a little trench for me to work in. I've got to go and get a drill bit, but we're going to pop a hole through there and then that pipe will thread through there, so then I can backfill that. I'll do that by shovel. And yep, the membrane goes right the way along there, so from this point is the water main as well that goes down to the far end. It's all been graded nicely, runs away from the house, nice and flat. This will grow back with grass and I can just mow to my heart's content on my ride on. So that's made my life a lot easier through here as well. So yep, great job there. It's a nice feeling knowing that there's no water penetrating into those foundations now, which really does help preserve these old buildings, especially when you modernise them and you start sealing them up inside. Right, so I've got a little bit of tidying up here to do. I've got some soil out of one of the barns that I'm going to fill up there, so that will come up a little bit higher. And then what I'll probably plan to do, maybe not this year but next year, is I'm going to clad in timber right the way along there. It'd be a great opportunity to insulate the outside of the wall as well, something breathable, and then that will dress over the top of the plastic. Finish that nicely, and then we'll probably address the bank as well next year, maybe in the spring. Okay, right, let's go on to the other area that I didn't clear as well. So it's just around the corner here. Oh, that reminds me, I've got to resite me Starlink satellite system for my internet. It's okay, it's working, but it's not as quick as it was before, so I'll better sort that out. Right, now this is a really beautiful spot here. A little bit of tidying to do as well, but Elliot's done a marvellous job here. He's pulled out all the overgrowth, sloped it off slightly, and it just leaves me to put a nice tranquil area there. Now Sam's going to work with me on this garden. It's going to be maybe some hard landscaping in the centre. Going to do it so it's sort of private 3/4 of the way around, so we've just got this open view out to there. Maybe like the old ruin sort of effect with some walls, so it looks like it's all collapsed, and some arches, and yeah, use our imagination here. Maybe a water feature in the centre. Yeah, might be an idea. So Sam's got plenty of ideas on this, and I shall do as I'm told on this one. So I've got to sort this pile out as well. We've got a little bit of firewood there, some roots, compost, a bit of metal work here as well. I think that's barbed wire. Yeah, barbed wire. I'm going to do something with that circular saw blade. That's quite a nice thing. And also this, make a feature of this. This actually still works. A few nice stones I'm going to incorporate in the design. Not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. Yeah, a bit of plastic. Might put the plastic down just to kill off the remaining weeds. Still got the beautiful cherry tree there, and above us a beautiful oak tree, which once upon a time I used to swing in my hammock under. I've not done that for quite some time, but I do plan to do it. So getting back to this area, I think Sam's got some ideas along the sort of Gothic ruin type thing here, which yeah, I'm really into that sort of design. Like I say before, some archways, maybe look out for some architectural pieces to put in there as well. We might even put some tiles in there. I want it to feel sort of isolated from everywhere else and quite tranquil. Oh, we've got some strawberries. The slugs have missed that one. I'll let Sam have that later. Yeah, I planted these strawberries in an old log. Got some interesting stuff going on there. Okay, so yeah, the area I just dug out is the other side here. Sort of loops round to the path through here, through our spring garden. It's not looking at its best at the moment. It's kind of in the middle of seasons. So I've just checked that no one's doing anything important at the moment on the internet. I've got a couple of minutes to get this moved into position. Now hopefully that's aiming in the right direction. I don't think it's too far out. Might be aimed slightly towards that tree. A little bit of fine tuning. Let's give that a go indoors. Can't hear no one screaming at me yet, so it might be okay. Well, that weren't a bad guess. Yep, spot on with that. So we got the internet again. Right, let's just give you a quick oversight what's coming in the next video. We're back in the cottage, only we're going up. We're going up to the roof, and we're going to fit the first one of 4 of our roof windows. I've already got it purchased, so that's not an issue. I've got the materials, got the timber. So in the next video, I shall be installing that roof window. Shed a bit of light on the subject. Now, like I mentioned before, I'm going to be tackling the roof. I'm just in the process of trying to find another scaffolding. I've got one that will go there. I'm going to have another one there. We're going to join it with some proper boards at the top so we can work safely. And I'll just start this side and just work my way across. Now, I was going to go for slate originally, but I think I'm going to go back to how it was with these peg tiles. Now, if I can't get old peg tiles, I'm going to get some new ones that are recreated, made in the same way as the old ones, and then I'll just continue along there. Got to do a lot of work on that dormer, so it will sort of tie the roof line all together if you like, and then I should probably do the same that end. That's got to be it's retiled as well. So yeah, I think I'm going to go for the traditional clay peg tile. So each cottage or barn, as the case may be, is going to have its own colour scheme. Obviously the barn is blue. This one we're not quite sure what colour scheme to do with just yet. Now this one we've gone for a very, very subtle, I suppose it is a pinky colour. I don't know whether you're seeing the actual colour, what it really is on the camera, but yeah, it's like a pastel-y soft pink. So we're going for pink on that one, not quite sure with that one, and then blue on that one. So each individual cottage has got its own colourway for the shutters. Now all the windows will be painted white. Now what I'm probably going to do with this iron grille, definitely not going to remove it, but I want to preserve it and at the same time modernise it. So probably going to put a window inside, obviously to stop the cold and everything getting in, double glazed, but try and maintain the aesthetics of this period piece. So yeah, that's staying, but we will be glazed up. And we're also, this year, we're going to extend across here just to tie it all together with the slabs. Some of you have said, oh, you shouldn't use them, you should use stone. Stone's all well and good, but it's quite slippery outside, to be honest with you. I've got it in other areas. I just wanted something flat and grippy. This is textured, so even in the frost and that, it's really safe underfoot. So that's why I've gone with this. You can't always go traditional. Sometimes you've got to mix it up a little bit and go for a little bit of modern. So as far as safety is concerned, this is better than slippery stone. So I've maintained the stone edge there. Going to extend it across the front there. Like I say, maybe plant it up with some low growing kind of plants just to soften it a bit. So yeah, it's all coming together nicely. We just run out of time. I couldn't get Elliot to do this bit, but it's not too bad. I can do the rest by hand. And once again, I'd just like to thank everyone for their kind comments and their generosity. A little update on little Bobby, one of the kittens, the grey kitten. We're taking him to the vets in the next couple of days. We're going to get him thoroughly checked over, have a scan, and see if there's anything that needs to be done. So, but he's made great progress. He's leaping about. There's nothing sort of wrong with him, but we just want to get him checked out. Put our minds at rest. So we'll keep you updated on that one. Okay, that is it for this video. See you all in the next one. We're going back in the cottage. See you then. Bye.